Welcome to the Build Insight podcast. Real people, real insights. Step into the world of innovative construction, one conversation at a time.
This is part one of the first Build Insite live podcast with guests Sam Hammond from Built by Hammond, Luke Davies from Future Builder, and Adam Antony from VEO Building.
Everybody, I don't know if any of you guys, if this is your first podcast you've ever listened to, or definitely the first one that we've done live. So I think you guys should feel pretty special today and exclusive that you're witnessing the very first live one we've done. So any stuff ups, you guys will actually get to see it firsthand, which is pretty interesting. We don't get to edit these ones out.
You should pull them out, don't you?
I'll just give a quick intro to the guys here. I'll list them off and they can tell you a little bit about themselves. For anyone that doesn't know these guys, starting from my side, we've got Sammy from Built by Hammond, Luke Davies from, Luke's got too many businesses. We've got Future Builder, Davies Construction and Align Architecture. And then we've got, over by Dean there, we've got Adam from VEO Building. Anyone just quickly that doesn't know us as well, I'm Luke, one half of Build Insight, also run Calorie Building back in Adelaide. And we've got my man Dino on the other end there, the second half of Build Insight, also running Backman Builders over here in Victoria. So maybe Sam, do you want to just give us a quick bit of an intro about who you are, what you do?
Yeah, love to, mate. First of all, congratulations to you too. First live pod, and I think there's nearly 60 recorded now, isn't it?
Something like that.
Up on the Spotify. Great work. Yeah, I'm Sam from Built by Hammond. We're like a custom residential builder based down in Geelong in the Ballerine, specialising in the high-end architectural homes. We do have a team of 14. We cover quite a big range. It's not, strictly architectural. We're anything up to 2 mil for those beautiful new builds, and then still doing their kind of, $400,000-$500,000 bespoke renovations as well. So, got a brilliant team. We've been registered for 4 years now, and we've had a hell of a lot of growth over those years as well, going from me in the office at home to, 3 in the office with me and a team of 11 on site.
If you're not following Sammy, follow him. He's a smooth mover on camera, so don't miss out.
Cool. Hi, everyone. I'm Luke Davies, carpenter by trade. I run Davies Construction based down in Tassie, and also Future Builder, which is online guided business development, and founded Align Architecture. That's a Tasmanian-based architecture company. So, running Davies Construction now on about 2 hours a week because it's all sort of systemised, and it's given me the freedom to start other businesses. And I'm at the moment specialising in a lot of AI stuff and helping builders implement AI into their business.
Yeah, I'm Adam Antony. I'm from VEO Building. I'm based in Goulburn in New South Wales, which is, for anyone that doesn't know about now, outside of Canberra, so I'm a rural builder. We build residential homes, mainly specialise in acreage, so try to get out in the trees and the bush, bit of scenery. I've been running a construction company for 10 years now. I'm super passionate about all things technology and software inside building companies, and just try to get really efficient in organising and planning everything before getting to site.
Awesome, guys. When we were planning today, I was pretty excited to get you guys all together. I think there's a bit of a theme. These guys are all been doing amazing things with their businesses and the industry. In particular, early pre-construction works. Let's start there, guys, because you're all doing unique things, and we'll get to Luke with AI in a minute. But Adam, starting with you, mate. How have you found things changing in recent years in your experience with software out there, processes around your building company and getting jobs to a contract?
Yeah, I think I've definitely seen a change in the last 10 years about how builders are treating pre-construction. The adoption of like softwares and technologies in pre-construction has made it a lot easier to streamline things. So in one way, people could look at it more complicated, but I've sort of taken the approach where we can deliver better results for our clients in the pre-construction by adopting softwares and better systems, and that where communication is clear. It flows through really nicely to construction, where the construction team can pick it up and they know exactly everything that's been sort of discussed and decided and planned in pre-construction. I think that, like previously, a lot of that was a bit of murky waters, where there wasn't probably as many good platforms out there that had like an all-in-one system and communication channels. So, that's probably been the biggest driver or change in my business.
And you're a very modest person, mate, but you're probably the most renowned Wonderbuild specialist out there for builders. And we are plugging the sponsors here, but I think we're all on Wonderbuild and doing great things. And Luke's a big supporter with Future Builder implementing Wonderbuild with builders. If someone's not using a building software or thinking about changing, what would you say to them?
Yeah, I don't know too many builders. I don't know if it's just the network that I'm in that aren't using a construction management software like Wonderbuild. And I love Wonderbuild, by the way, obviously. But I think the biggest issue is a lot of them aren't using them to their full capacity. I think that's where the core issue lies. And that's where I probably differ from a lot of builders. I made a commitment to go all in and bring all my processes into one platform. So, things were getting lost along the way. And, there was always that one source of truth where whether it was my team of VAs, my clients, or my construction team, they all knew where to go to find information. So, and it just flows right through to projects. You can see it the way my projects run now. There's a lot less touch points where people have to come to me for answers. They know where to go find it. That's been massive.
Awesome.
For over 130 years, Bowens has been the builder's choice, providing a service that provides timber, hardware and innovative building products.
And now we're helping you further with this wonderful partnership.
The family that have been here for generations, Bowens, has been powering the Australian building industry with family values, trusted service and the drive to make our industry better. They're helping us provide you the insights that matter. Build Insight, together with Bowens.
Real people,
real insights. What about you with Davies Constructions, Luke?
In terms of the pre-construction, I think back up what Adam just said, having the framework, having the system there, the software there, so you've got somewhere to plug in your processes and your systems. When I first got my first project management system and I knew I had my workflows and checklists and everything in that system, was the first real time I could sort of turn off and switch off at night and sleep because I knew all my stuff was organised. So if you haven't got a project management system, I'd recommend setting up like a base version of Wonderbuild. Just start implementing tiny little things and trying to put your checklists and your construction schedules and try and keep your documents and all that stuff in the one place. And then that really helps you with your pre-construction flow because you can have dedicated steps that you move your customer through. You can see exactly where they're up to. It just gives you sort of clarity, and that again will allow you to have more time off work. So Adam has just got back from 2 weeks in Japan, because he's a week with his wife and a week with us on a Future Builder tour because he's got those systems in place. And Sammy's just got back from 8 days in Darwin. And that's because of the tools that we're using and the processes that we're setting up.
Yeah, and let's touch on that point. It's like, how many phone calls did you do?
I reckon I made the phone calls. I didn't receive it because I'm a bit of a control freak, but I reckon 6 phone calls and open the laptop to flick out pay. So that was it.
Yep.
So credit to my team as well and the work that we put in over the last 12 months mostly in that. We've got a job that's about to start. We're setting up next week, and that has still been moving through pre-construction even while I was away because we have the right processes in place and we've done the work. So, pre-construction, I think, a lot of people, Wonderbuild, all these V2E, these programs, a lot of people I think come into that, and I did especially, that you think that you implement Wonderbuild and it changes everything. They're looking for like a quick fix to a lot of problems, but everything that you implement needs to be worked on. You need to put your head in it, figure out how to use it. We tried every software under the sun. I won't name names, but we tried them all, and then we ended up with with Wonderbuild and in Future Builder, and everyone's sharing different, ways of doing things, different checklist templates, estimate templates, and they all just add to a quality service, I think, and a quality process that you can rely on. Yeah.
I want to stick with you, Sammy, for a minute there, because you've mentioned the team a fair bit there as well. Like how, with 14 people, obviously you've managed to find a bit of a system that works well for you for hiring and onboarding and keeping the right people as well. What's the process that you're doing to try and encourage and find the right team members as well as onboard them and keep these great people working for you?
I probably went a little bit backwards here to tell you the truth. When we got registered, we actually had a team of 11 carpenters. Kind of through COVID, we realised there was a big opportunity for contract work. And there was me, a qualified, and an apprentice. And we scaled up to 12 people. We're getting paid, when the builder you were working for had money. So we decided, bugger it, we'll get registered. Did night school, had a young baby at the time. So took a while, took a lot of work. But getting registered, then I had 9 staff that I loved and had helped me through that stage of my life, when you're in and out of business a little bit with life. Trainings, night school, babies, it's crazy. So I then matched the workload to the employees that I had. And I think they know that a little bit as well. They can see that we haven't had the best financial growth because a lot of what we've done is growing through a large scale business. And, it hasn't been easy by any means, but I'm pretty proud of the fact that everyone that was with me at the start is kind of still here, or most of. We had my first apprentice leave last week. He's going on to bigger and better things to do some travel. So Travis off. But, I'm pretty proud of what we've built as a group. And I honestly think that we have a high performance team. We've got really amazing people that are all so unique. And it's so funny with new guys coming in as well, how those dynamics change. So I think the reason that they are happy to come and work for someone like me is because I show them the passion that I have. And I think from across the board, for your staff to clients to, anyone you see, if you can show them who you are and a bit of passion and your spark, it attracts like-minded people. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and stay with you for a sec, Sammy, because you guys are doing more design build work these days.
Yeah.
So just before we finish up on pre-construction, it's probably that bit more important to keep a handle on it, to understand where the design assets are fitting in and how that's tracking so that your build team can know when they're slotting that job in.
Yeah, that's been a recent pivot. Last year, we had a lot of inquiry coming through that was, otherwise you'd send them to a designer elsewhere and you couldn't service it. So we extended to have a design and build section within our business so we can facilitate it. That way, someone comes to you. My old boss, I remember it, he's like, oh, come back to me when you get your designs done. And it's the cursed process in my mind for a good builder, not only for sales, but for the clients as well, to be able to, no worries, we have a process for that. We'll catch up, we'll go through your project, we've got a handful of designers that we use, and we'll find the right one for you and we'll help consult with you through that process.
Yeah.
They hear that, they're like, oh, safe. It's okay. Yeah, cool. We're in the right spot. It is a double-edged sword. We found that when your design is a little bit over budget, that you're the one to blame and there's no architect's fault in that case. But I think that was another learning in itself, that it has to still be your language on how you present that to the client. You're going to design part of what they want and you still can't design exactly to a dollar till you quote the thing, can you? So, the design and build stuff for us has been really a massive lesson, a good learning, but it's been really rewarding as well. Yeah.
Awesome. Hey guys, we touched on before that you went on holidays and stepped away, but Luke went away as well. Just got back from Japan, and I'm picturing like a master computer's been in your seat, mate, while you've been away. So if you don't know Luke is probably the wizard with AI coming through and working on some pretty cool stuff, including Alfie, an AI agent that's going to be there for builders with Future Builder. So we want to touch on where you're seeing AI at, mate. I know you've been deep into it for a while now and done courses and traveled with it and stuff. So what would be some basics people can look for? And then, where do you see it changing and it's going at a rapid pace, Luke?
Circus Studio is Australia's leading interior design centre. If you're an architect, building designer, interior designer, builder, or just looking to build your dream home, you need to make a time and come in and check out the space here in Port Melbourne.
With everything from wall and ceiling linings, doors, architectural hardware, cladding and flooring.
This space holds every element that you'll possibly need to design your dream home.
Yeah, so I suppose the outcomes are, while we're using AI, we're trying to create more value for our customers and sort of minimise the waste, which is a part of the lean thinking that we went to Japan trip for. So we've definitely, I think, taking maybe across a couple of team members 4 or 5 full-time days a week that we've reduced, that we don't need to do in the office anymore, just by automating and using AI. So AI is definitely moving in a process or a direction where it's going to be doing something like called computer use and more agentic work. So anything that you can do where you touch a keyboard or a mouse, the AI will be able to do for you. So I see, next year sometime potentially, all the admin stuff that we do as builders will be handled by AI. So we can do the stuff that we love, helping the customers, talking through the sales process, being on site with the team. So that's pretty exciting. And I believe that's the direction we're heading.
Yeah. You said, I think it was maybe just before you went to Japan a couple of weeks ago on a Friday evening, I just had a big handover the day before and watched Luke's stories on Instagram and ran into my office. And I think 6 hours later, I came back out. So I cursed a little bit that night because I was ready for a relaxing night. But it is exciting. And I think from my side of things, Luke, it's how you conceptualize to what you want it for and how to do it. Obviously AI is not coming to build the houses for us straight away. But I guess from what did you start with for some basics for listeners and the audience that maybe aren't using it yet?
So the base of all of it, the base of an agent or the base of any AI stuff is just getting your information in order. So having your, about your company, your process, the people that work for your company, what you're trying to do for your clients, your products and services, and getting all that organized in files, because without that really clear context about what your business is doing, the AI is not as powerful and it gives you back the sort of the wrong results. So really organising that. And then lately, the tool that I'm using the most at the moment is Claude, the desktop app. So downloading that, getting that set up, getting your team set up. I made a bit of a commitment a couple of months ago when I really felt the wave of the sort of AI tsunami hitting the world, was to completely stop what my team were doing and bring them all into the office and retrain them on AI as the core. So now we've all learnt to use Claude Code. We've all learnt to use scheduled tasks. And again, we're just dramatically reducing the amount of time that we're spending on admin tasks. But you have to do that from your sort of committed leadership. You have to pull your team aside, and you have to have, one of the most important things is you have to have a culture in your company that are wanting to adopt to change, because it's not the strongest or the fastest. It's the companies that are the most adaptive to change that will be able to win through this period as we go into the sort of AI world.
Yeah. What about you, Adam? Your team, mate?
Yeah,
changing as well.
Yeah, I've been dabbling in AI for a fair while now. I haven't quite gone down the open core path like Luke. But I think as builders, like with what Claude Cowork is doing within like their scheduled tasks and skills, I think like builders can get a lot of value just out of that alone to automate tasks. And I think that's a great starting point to just go there and start dabbling with that. Like it's all plain language now. So you're just talking to it. You don't have to be like an AI expert or a code expert. You're just basically telling it what you want it to do. And you can just test and see what results you get. But like Luke said, when using them tools, you always need context from your business to get good results. And I think that's where a lot of people back away from AI, is they haven't got the context or feeding the right information into it to get the good results. So I know for me, like I spent a lot of the time the last 12, 18 months building out SOPs, systems, videos and everything. And I'm starting to reap the rewards from it now, because that's all information that I can feed into AI to get context. So my AI journey has been able to be accelerated a little bit. Yeah.
I know, just touching on what Dean mentioned about sitting there late at night watching Luke's videos. That was actually me last night. I was supposed to be trying to finalise the all the scripts and stuff ready for today, and I reckon it was about 10 o'clock last night. Caitlin's here somewhere, my wife. She can vouch that I was sitting there on Instagram with my head buried deep into Luke's Instagram video updates with a few Claude updates and things like that. Guys, I really let's just shift a little bit to, I guess, as you guys scale, what are a couple of things that you guys want to touch on that you're not prepared to compromise on, whether it's individually or not, but what are some things that you don't want to compromise on as you continue to scale your businesses?
Scaling for us has been, I think I mentioned about the last 12 months, 12 to 18 months probably, has been the biggest challenge, but it's been the most rewarding thing that we've done. We've gone from 2 years ago, it was me, my construction manager. We remember sitting in my spare room at one desk about this big, both of us with one laptop, like managing schedules, me trying to teach him how to run a job schedule. So 2 years ago, we're there. Now we'll have 5 jobs on the go as of next month. And we have a laptop dedicated to our project managers in every site container we have. They have complete control and autonomy on their job, which has been amazing to see. And I think it ties into not only the way that we've scaled, but the process that we have now. There's a lot more accountability and ownership on everyone on site because it's all within house. Previously, we were doing a lot of it for them and then telling them what was going to happen. So scaling, it has been a challenge, and I think it is a challenge to give up control. I think I'm especially I like things done how I like things done, but having good people in management roles, especially, to be able to give over a little bit of that control and know that it can get done. If it's not your way, it's going to get done well regardless. But it's been probably our biggest slingshot to scaling. Yeah.
And Sam, you had to crawl before you can walk and then run. Obviously, you can't just put a laptop in a site container and give it to anyone. Say
good luck.
This morning, he's one of our guys, the new project manager, is about to go to America tomorrow morning. And he was working today, and I ran him through his laptop. We were setting up his Wonder Build and logging him in and putting bookmarks. And he's got a good amount of computer knowledge, which is a relief because old Johnny, my construction manager, we had some pretty tough lessons early days.
That brings us to the end of part 1. Join us next week for part 2.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you want to find out more about Build Insite, head over to the website buildinsite.com.au. Over on the website, you'll find links to previous podcast episodes as well as our YouTube channel, Instagram and Facebook. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. Catch you on the next one.
Well, that's a wrap for another week's episode of the Build Insite podcast. Before we leave, just want to give a huge shout out to all of our sponsors for their ongoing support. Without their help, Build Insite wouldn't be what it is today.
Let's cue the disclaimer. I need to let you know that myself and the Build Insite team are in no way, shape or form qualified to give you personal or specific business advice. We strongly encourage you seek out the use of professionals for products or when you are making personal or business decisions. Everything discussed during the Build Insite podcast is our own and the guest opinion and personal experience and is of a general nature only. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Catch you on the next one.